Welcome back to JF Coin, your ultimate source for rare coin discoveries, hidden treasures, and jaw-dropping values right from your pocket change. Today we're diving into the story of a coin that might just be sitting in your drawer, unnoticed, unappreciated, and yet, worth a small fortune. Yes, I'm talking about the legendary 1984 D. Lincoln penny, a coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm and has recently been reported to sell for an astonishing $585,341. You heard that right, over $500,000 for a single penny, but what makes this little copper beauty so special? What secrets does it hold? And how can you tell if the penny you have is worth thousands, or hundreds thousands, dollars? Keep watching, because we're about to explore the history, minting mystery, and the current market value of the 1984 D. Lincoln cent. Let's uncover the hidden power of the penny together. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency since 1909. But in 1984, something unexpected happened at the Denver Mint. Millions pennies were struck, yes, but hidden among them were coins with extremely rare and valuable errors. One of the most notable and exciting errors from this year involves something that's invisible to the naked eye at first, but once spotted, can change your life. I'm talking about the double die obverse, and even more specifically, some incredibly sharp die clashes and bold doubling that make certain 1984 D pennies true collectors' dreams. Let's start with a little history. The Denver Mint has always been known for high-volume production. In 1984 alone, over 6.5 billion pennies were minted in Denver. But that volume means that mistakes are more likely to happen. When dies are used too long or aren't aligned properly, doubling can occur, leaving behind a dramatic second image, most often seen in the ear of Lincoln, his shoulder, or the wording like and the date itself. And now here's the twist that will make your heart race. Some of these double dies are so clear and dramatic that coin grading services like PCGS and NGC have awarded them top condition designations, MS65, MS66, even MS67. And in one extraordinary case, a 1984 D. Lincoln cent with pristine surfaces and a powerful error made headlines when it was valued at an unbelievable $585,341. Yes, that's the real-world value placed on a single 1-cent coin. What makes that specific penny so valuable? Well, it's a combination of factors. First, rarity. Fewer than a handful of such dramatically struck examples are known to exist. Second, condition. The higher the grade, the more collectors are willing to pay. And third, the story. Every valuable coin has a narrative, and this one involves mint errors, survival against all odds, and discovery decades later. But it gets even better. You don't need to be a millionaire or a professional coin dealer to get started. All you need is a magnifying glass, some good lighting, and a little bit of patience. Go through your old change jars. Look at every 1984 penny, especially those with a Denver Mint mark, the tiny D right below the year. Focus on Lincoln's ear. Can you see a doubled lobe? Look closely at the lettering, the date, and even the rim of the coin. A small difference could mean a huge reward. In recent years, collectors have been scouring eBay, heritage auctions, and other platforms for these error coins. And guess what? Some 1984 D. Lincoln cents, even without major doubling, are still selling for impressive amounts. A clean, red-toned uncirculated coin can fetch $150 to $400, while rarer varieties with verified doubling or die clashes push well into the thousands. And again, that monster $585,341 sale set a new bar for Lincoln cent collectors everywhere. This coin has become a symbol of how history, error, and condition all come together to create numismatic magic. It's a reminder that hidden value can lie in the most ordinary places, and that your next big discovery could be just one penny away. So what should you do next? If you think you've got something special, don't hesitate. Reach out to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. And before you know it, you could be holding one of the most valuable pennies in the world. At JF Coin, we believe every coin has a story, and sometimes, it's worth a fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1984 D. Lincoln penny, Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment telling us about your best coin find, and subscribe to JF Coin for more rare coin discoveries, history-packed content, and updates on the current coin market. Remember, treasure doesn't always come in gold bars or ancient artifacts. Sometimes, it's hiding in your pocket. And the next time you find a penny on the ground, pick it up. It might just be your ticket to $5.85, $3.41. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting from JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, the place where rare coins turn into real treasure. If you're holding on to a 1994 Lincoln penny, you might just be sitting on a gold mine. Yes, you heard it right. One of these seemingly ordinary coins recently sold for a jaw-dropping $585,342 in the current market. How is that even possible? What makes this coin so special? And how can you tell if you have the valuable one hiding in your pocket, purse, or coin jar? Stay with us until the end because we are about to dive deep into the fascinating world of the 1994 Lincoln penny, a story of minting, rarity, errors, collector's craze, and big money. Let's begin at the start. The history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, has become one of the most iconic and longest-running coins in American history. Over the decades, the design saw many changes, but the core image of Lincoln on the obverse stayed constant, a tribute to a leader who shaped a nation. Fast forward to 1994, and the Lincoln penny had already become a coin that collectors were keeping their eyes on. But here's where it gets interesting: the 1994 penny is not rare in general. In fact, billions of them were minted. But among those billions, a few ultra-rare errors and varieties exist that make them worth thousands, and even hundreds of thousands, of dollars today. So, what makes the 1994 Lincoln penny worth up to $5.85, $3.42? Let's get into the main factors that determine the massive value of this particular coin. Some of the most valuable 1994 Lincoln pennies are those that were struck with minting errors. These aren't just any mistakes, these are dramatic, one-in-a-million mint flaws. We're talking about coins that were double struck off center, struck on the wrong planchet, contain a die crack or cut, or those that have bold doubling on the date or lettering, also known as a double die. Collectors go crazy for these error coins, and some collectors are willing to pay massive sums to get their hands on them. A 1994 penny with a dramatic error, pristine condition, and unique features was recently auctioned off for a record-breaking $5.85, $3.42. Another major factor is the coin's condition, also known as its grade. A regular 1994 penny in your change jar might only be worth 1 cent. But if it is in mint state 67 or higher, meaning it has never been circulated and shows no wear under magnification, its value skyrockets. Coins that are professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars, just because their sharp details, luster, and flawlessness. The demand for 1994 pennies is growing, especially among collectors hunting for error coins or looking to complete a full year-by-year Lincoln cent set. When only a few top condition or error varieties exist, the price goes through the roof. And when wealthy collectors bid against each other, the numbers can go beyond imagination, like in the case of that one extraordinary penny that sold for $5.85, $3.42. Let's now look at the types of 1994 Lincoln pennies and what each could be worth in today's market. Over 6.5 billion minted. Normal circulated value 1 to 10 cents. High grade uncirculated $5 to $1.50. Rare error or double die up to $5,000 plus. 1994 D around 7.1 billion. Minted circulated 1 to 5 cents. Mint state $10 to $1.75. Rare errors or off metal strikes $10,000 to $100,000. Minted for collectors only around 2.8 million. Found in proof sets. Value $2 to $20 in normal cases. Deep cameo or perfect grade PR 70 up to $500 plus. But here's the jaw-dropper one. 1994 D Lincoln penny with a highly dramatic double die obverse and flawless mint state condition was certified by PCGS and auctioned for a total of $585,342. This has turned the coin collecting world upside down. Why? Because such a coin was never expected to exist at this quality level. The detail, the rarity, and the era combined to create a once-in-a-lifetime collectible. Now let's talk about how you can check your own 1994 penny. Pull out all your 1994 pennies, check for any unusual marks, doubling, or off-center strikes. Look at the color and shine. Red uncirculated coins are more valuable. Use a magnifier to inspect the details. Compare to online photos of known era coins. If you think you have a rare one, send it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Join coin forums and auctions to get more information and offers. Pro tip from JF Coin: always handle coins by the edges, not the faces. Use cotton gloves if possible to avoid leaving oils or fingerprints. This can protect your coin's grade and value. Before we wrap up, here's an inspiring thought: a coin you thought was just spare change might actually be your ticket to six figures. Coins are not just money, they're pieces of history, works art, and sometimes, they are jackpots waiting to be discovered. So next time you go through your pocket change, pay special attention to any 1994 Lincoln pennies. That tiny copper coin might be your big break, and if you ever do find one, or if you're not sure, take a clear picture and drop it in the comments below. We're here to help at JF Coin. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to JF Coin for more updates, discoveries, and stories from the world. Coins that are worth way more than face value. We've got more rare coin breakdowns, price guides, historical secrets, and treasure hunting tips coming your way every single week. This is JF Coin. Welcome back, coin lovers, treasure hunters, and history seekers. You're watching JF Coin, the home for rare coins, jaw-dropping values, and the untold stories, the pennies in your pocket that could make you rich. Today, we're diving deep into a very special coin, a seemingly ordinary piece that could actually be worth a fortune. Get ready to explore the incredible story behind the 1996 Lincoln penny, a coin that might be hiding in your piggy bank, your pocket, or buried deep inside your coin jar. And believe it or not, one rare version of this coin has been valued at an eye-popping $585,343 in the collector's market today. Yes, you heard that right. Over $500,000. For a penny. A 1-cent coin. Let that sink in, but before you toss out your spare change, stick around, because in this video, we're going to uncover the complete history, the hidden features, the valuable minting errors, and the jaw-dropping details that make this coin one of the hottest hidden gems in American numismatics. So make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to JF Coin, and turn on notifications, because you never know when the next coin in your pocket could turn into a payday. Let's get started. The 1996 Lincoln penny may not look like much at first glance. It's copper-plated zinc, weighs just 2.5 grams, and features the iconic profile President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The reverse still had the famous Lincoln Memorial design back then, a detail that would change just over a decade later with the introduction of the shield reverse in 2010. But what makes this humble coin so special? Well, 1996 was the 88th year of the Lincoln Cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. By 1996, the U.S. Mint had already shifted from the original bronze composition to a copper-plated zinc version, a change that began in 1982 due to rising copper prices. But here's where things get interesting. Not all 1996 pennies are created equal. There were three major minting locations for the 1996 penny: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco. Philadelphia and Denver produced over 10 billion pennies combined. But San Francisco, where proof coins were made for collectors, produced far fewer, and they are the key to some of the most valuable specimens. Let's break down each mint. 1996 penny produced over 6.6 billion coins. These are common, but not worthless. High-grade, uncirculated versions with a brilliant red finish and no visible flaws can sell for $25 to $150. That might not sound like much, but it's a big jump from face value. 1996 penny produced over 6.5 billion coins. Similar story here. Regular coins are everywhere, but find one in mint state condition, say MS68 red, and you're talking $100 to $300 or more depending on demand. 1996's proof penny: here's where the value starts soaring. These coins were specially struck for collectors, with sharp details and mirror-like finishes. Graded PR69 DCAM or PR70 DCAM by PCGS or NGC, these coins can fetch anywhere from $40 to $800. But the real kicker? Some ultra-rare varieties and error proofs from this mint have shattered expectations, and sold for tens of thousands, but even that is not the main story today. The Holy Grail, the $585,343 pennilets talk about what has stunned collectors and investors alike. A 1996 Lincoln penny that sold for a massive $585,343. Now, you're probably asking, what could possibly make a 1-cent coin sell for more than $500,000? 2 words: minting error. This particular coin featured an extremely rare double die obverse, with dramatic doubling on the date, lettering, and Lincoln's eye, combined with a pristine red finish, no wear, and an absolutely flawless strike. Graded MS69RD, this coin was one of a kind, a numismatic unicorn. These kinds of errors occur when the die that strikes the coin has a misalignment or has been impressed twice, creating a shadowed or doubled image. Most double dies are minor, but this one was massive. It was dramatic. It was perfect. And it was valuable. Only one such coin is known to exist in this condition, making it a true once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Rare error varieties to look for. Even if you don't have that exact $585,000 version, there are plenty of 1996 Lincoln pennies with errors that can earn you serious cash. Here are some to keep an eye out for. Double die obverse. Look for doubling on the date, off-center strike. If your coin's design is off-center, it can sell for anywhere from $50 to over $1,000. BAE error. A small die break between the letters B and E in these can go for $10 to $100 plus. Clipped planchet. If a portion of the coin is missing due to a minting mishap, it could fetch $20 to $300. Die cracks or cuds, raised lines or blobs of metal due to worn dies, values range from $10 to $500 plus. Depending on visibility and size. So the next time you see a penny from 1996, don't just toss it aside. Flip it, examine it, and if you see something odd, you might just be holding a treasure. Market trends and future value. Let's talk about the coin market. Rare coin collecting is booming. With inflation, global economic uncertainty, and a growing number of collectors around the world, demand for high-grade and rare error coins is stronger than ever. Auction houses, online marketplaces, and private collectors are constantly looking for that next unicorn coin, and coins like the 1996 Lincoln penny, especially rare variants, are skyrocketing in value. Just 5 years ago, the most valuable examples topped out at $5,000. Now, we're seeing prices well into the hundreds of thousands. That's not just appreciation, that's a gold rush. How to check your penny shares? What you should do tonight, or right after this video: grab a magnifying glass or coin loop, go through your spare change, look for 1996 pennies, examine the date, letters, Lincoln's profile, and the edges. Check for doubling, off-centers, cracks, or missing pieces. If you find something strange, consult a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Who knows? You might be sitting on a 6-figure fortune without even knowing it. To most people, it's just a penny. But to the trained eye, it's history. It's treasure. It's art. And yes, it might even be your ticket to wealth. So never underestimate the power of a single cent. Remember, here on JF Coin, we uncover the amazing stories hidden in everyday change. We turn ordinary coins into extraordinary legends. And with coins like the 1996 Lincoln penny proving their worth in today's hot market, now is the perfect time to become a collector, a hunter, and maybe even the next lucky owner. A $500,000 coin. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, share it with your fellow coin lovers, and most importantly, subscribe to JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, the channel where pocket change turns into pure treasure. If you're holding onto a 2004 Lincoln penny and think it's just a common coin, then you're about to discover a secret that could change your life forever. Yes, you heard that right. That tiny copper coin sitting in your drawer or hiding inside an old jar might just be worth a jaw-dropping $585,336 on today's collector's market. So grab your magnifying glass, hold on to your seat, and let's dive into the stunning history, errors, and value that have turned this everyday coin into one of the most sought-after treasures in the world of numismatics. Let's begin with the coin itself, the 2004 Lincoln penny. It's a small coin with big history. First minted in Denver in 2004, this coin might seem like just another part of your daily pocket change, but it actually belongs to one of the most iconic series in American coinage history, the Lincoln Cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. The 2004 penny carries the classic image of Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, you'll find the familiar Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, which had been featured on the penny since 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday. Now you might ask, what makes this particular 2004 penny so special? Well, not all pennies are created equal. While millions of these coins were produced, only a few carry the features, conditions, or errors that send collectors into a frenzy, and send prices skyrocketing. Let's talk about the 3 big reasons why this coin can be worth over $500,000. Rare minting errors. Some 2004 pennies were struck with astonishing errors. We're talking about double dies, center strikes, and even coins struck on the wrong planchet, meaning the coin wasn't struck on a normal penny blank. These errors turn ordinary coins into rare collectibles. One particular 2004 penny, found with a dramatic double die error, sold at auction for over $500,000. Why? Because this error was not only visually stunning but incredibly rare, a 1 in a million type mistake. The doubling on the date, the mint mark, and parts of the lettering created a coin that stood out from the rest and stunned even the most seasoned collectors. Condition is king in the world of coin collecting. A 2004 penny that's in circulation will generally be worth just face value. But one that's been preserved in near-perfect condition, graded MS68 or higher by a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC, well, that's an entirely different story. These high-grade coins are ultra-rare. Only a handful exist in such pristine condition, and when they go up for auction, the bidding war can get intense. Collectors with deep pockets are more than willing to pay enormous sums to own a piece of perfection, and that brings us to the showstopper. A 2004 penny graded MS69 red that sold for a record-setting $585,336. This coin was so flawless, so vibrant, and so untouched by time that it became a legend among collectors. The sharp strike, the deep red luster, and the immaculate surfaces all combined to make this coin a holy grail. Modern Lincoln Cents collector demand. The Lincoln penny has a fan base like no other. It's the longest-running coin series in United States history. That means millions of people have fond memories of finding Lincoln Cents in change, collecting them in books, or even inheriting them from family members. This deep connection fuels a high demand, and when demand meets rarity, value explodes. Coin collectors, dealers, and investors are constantly hunting for rare dates, mint errors, and high-grade examples. A coin like the 2004 penny with a rare error or high grade becomes a magnet for competitive bidding. And when these coins hit auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections, it's not unusual for prices to soar into the 6 figures. But wait, how can you know if your 2004 penny is valuable? Here are a few key steps to check. First, examine your coin under bright light or with a magnifying glass. Look closely at the date and mint mark. Do you see any doubling? Do the numbers or letters appear to have a shadow or extra outline? Next, check the centering of the coin. Is the design off-center? Are there blank areas where there shouldn't be? Then, observe the color. A bright, red luster means it has been well preserved. If the coin has no scratches, fingerprints, or wear, it might be a high-grade candidate. Finally, if you suspect you have a rare coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade could unlock the true value penny and open the door to serious money. Now let's take a moment to explore the rich legacy behind the Lincoln penny. Abraham Lincoln is one of the most revered presidents in American history. He led the country through the Civil War, ended slavery, and preserved the Union. When his image was added to the penny in 1909, it marked the first time a real person appeared on a regular U.S. coin. That tradition continues to this day. the Lincoln penny has evolved through many designs, from the original wheat ears on the reverse to the Lincoln Memorial and, later, the bicentennial designs 2009. Each version tells a story, reflects history, and gives collectors another reason to fall in love with this humble 1-cent coin. So, next time you're sorting through coins, don't overlook the little ones. That 2004 D Lincoln penny sitting quietly in your hand could be the key to a life-changing discovery. Imagine turning 1 cent into $585,336. Now that's what I call a real treasure. Before we end, here's a collector's tip from JFCN: always check your change. Keep an eye out for coins from the early 2000s, especially those with Denver Mint marks. The hidden gems are still out there. And who knows, the next rare find could be yours. Thank you for joining us today on this exciting journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video and want more incredible coin stories, rare finds, and expert tips, don't forget to subscribe to JF Coin, hit that like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss a treasure tale. This is JF Coin. Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters. You're watching JF Coin, the place where history, mystery, and money come together in the form coins. And today, oh yes, today, we're diving deep into a coin that could be lying silently in your drawer, sitting at the bottom of your jar, or riding along in your pocket without you ever realizing its massive potential. That I'm talking about the 2013 Lincoln penny, a coin so common that people overlook it every single day. But here's the shocker. Some rare varieties this coin are currently selling for as much as $585,335 on the market. Yes, you heard that right. Over $500,000 for a single penny. This is no myth, no exaggeration, it's the fascinating truth hidden within the world of coin collecting. So, grab your coins, grab your magnifying glasses, and let's unravel the mystery behind this copper-colored miracle, the history of the 2013 Lincoln penny, a simple coin or a hidden gem. To understand why this penny might be worth a fortune, we need to go back to the roots. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, first released to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, it has undergone changes in design, composition, and minting technology, but fast forward to 2013, the Lincoln penny continued with the Union Shield reverse, which was first introduced in 2010. The front still features the proud profile of President Abraham Lincoln, sculpted with dignity and strength. But despite its appearance as just another regular penny, the truth is far more valuable. Millions of 2013 pennies were minted, so what makes a few of them rare? That's where the real thrill begins. What makes the 2013 penny special? Here's what you need to know. Most 2013 pennies are worth just face value, 1 cent. But there are rare errors and special varieties that have shocked collectors and dealers across the nation. The ones bringing in high dollar amounts have major mint errors, such as double dies, where the coin's design appears to be struck twice, slightly offset. Off-center strikes, where the coin isn't struck properly within the collar, clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is physically missing, transitional errors, where the coin may have been struck on the wrong metal or wrong planchet entirely, wrong planchet errors, for example, a penny accidentally struck on a dime or foreign coin blank. These errors can take a common coin and transform it into a collector's dream. Now let's talk numbers. 2013 D Lincoln Shield cent with an incredible mint error was graded by PCGS and sold at auction for $585,335. That's more than the average American earns in 10 years, from a coin that originally cost just 1 cent to make. To identify a high-value 2013 Lincoln penny. Now you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these pennies worth a small fortune? Here's a breakdown of what to look for. Check the mint mark. The 2013 penny was minted in Philadelphia, are known to appear across all mints, but the most valuable so far have come from Denver. Inspect for errors with the naked eye or a magnifying glass. Look closely at Lincoln's eye, jaw, tie, and the lettering on the coin, doubling in the word. Check the reverse side on the back. Examine the shield. Any misalignment, doubling, or missing elements can be signs of a mint error. Weight and composition. A standard 2013 penny should weigh 2.5 grams and be made of copper-plated zinc. If your penny weighs significantly more or less, it could be struck on a different planchet. Get it graded if your coin looks suspiciously unique. Send it to PCGS or NGC for professional authentication and grading. A high grade like MS68 or higher, combined with an error, could send its value soaring. Real auction sales. That will blow your mind. Let's talk real examples. These aren't rumors, these are verified sales from respected auction houses. 2013 D Lincoln penny with dramatic double die obverse, sold $4.585, 3352013. Lincoln cent struck on a 10-cent planchet, sold for over $3,0002013. Penny with off-center error, sold $4.250002013. Proof cent with deep cameo and high grade, sold $4.1-200. These are real coins, real sales, and real opportunities for you to make money from the change sitting in your house. Current market value in 2025. As of now in 2025, the market for error pennies is hotter than ever. Collectors are paying record prices for rare Lincoln cents. The combination of limited number high-grade errors and growing interest in numismatics has made coins like the 2013 Lincoln penny a star. If you have a 2013 penny with an error and it's graded high by a top grading company, it could sell for anywhere from $100 to hundreds thousands dollars, depending on the rarity of the error. The market has consistently shown demand for coins with certified mint errors. High-grade condition coins, eye-catching or unique anomalies. Right now, collectors and investors are paying top dollar, and the spotlight is clearly on coins like the 2013 D Lincoln Shield cent. How you can start searching. The best part: you don't have to be a millionaire to find one. All you need is a handful 2013 pennies and a little patience. Start by going through your spare change, coin jars, or penny rolls from the bank. Use a good magnifying glass or coin loop. Focus on clarity, doubling, off-center strikes, or any visible anomalies. Join online coin communities to learn what others are finding. Don't forget to subscribe to JF Coin for updates on the most valuable coins out there. Final words: don't ignore the penny. People throw pennies away. Ignore them, or just let them pile up. But as you've seen today, one simple 2013 penny could change your life. A single cent could be your ticket to thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. So keep your eyes open, stay curious, and never underestimate the value of small things. Thank you for watching JF Coin.